This week in the garage, we're reviewing last week on Bring a Trailer.
Auctions that have ended in the past week on Bring a Trailer.
That's always the case.
Okay.
It's the first week of the new year.
Well, half of it is.
Yeah.
All right.
3/7.
First car. I'm going to guess Soren.
1986 Alfa Romeo Spider Veloce
Oh.
in a nice color of blackness.
Sold for $6,200.
I'm just fond of these,
That's cheap.
and so I picked it.
What's a Veloce?
I'm pretty sure that's Italian for
Speed.
fast.
Yeah.
Does it have anything to do with the top?
From whence we get velocity.
The top is kind of ugly.
Limited slip diff, Bilsteins, Campanolos. You think the top's ugly? I kind of like it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Really.
I don't know. I mean, it's not my favorite Alfa Romeo, but I like the outside and I like the inside. And it's an 86, which is my favorite year for an Alfa. And that's a totally reasonable price.
Yeah. I mean, that's very acceptable.
Huh. Yeah, I agree.
There you go.
That's a reasonable car at a reasonable price.
I tootle around in it.
Okay.
Next.
Next.
This
Who
is
is this?
Also me.
Oh.
1999 BMW R1100S. It's not really my kind of bike, although I do like those. So also $2,500. I'd buy it for that.
Why is that not your kind of bike?
It's a little sportier than I normally would go for.
Look where those handlebars are.
Right. Whatever.
It's not terribly sporty.
But I like the R bikes, and
It's black.
it's an unobjectionable color. Although, as you know, Bear, I would paint it white.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more of a
Is that Olin suspension?
Yeah.
I'm more of a R1100 or 1200 GS sort of guy, but I'd have that. That could go in the stable.
It doesn't look like anything special.
It's a nice bike.
Yeah, it's not crazy special. It's just a nice bike.
It's got carbon fiber
Fiber,
and magnesium.
probably a fair amount of that. So, that or the Alpha?
Oh, the Alpha's way better.
That's because you only hang motorcycles on the wall.
Yeah, that's where they belong.
I'm going with the bike is better. Plus, it's way cheaper.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, but it has half as many wheels.
well, it's less than half as much. I would have the bike before I'd have that Alpha because that's not really the Alpha I want.
Okay. Alpha's dead.
Next. This is also me. 1993 Porsche 968 Club Sport. And I picked this solely because we did a Club Sport a couple weeks ago that was a terrible color. And this is much better.
I think the other one was way better.
No.
What was the other color?
It's like a orangey yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a good color for a car in
I
general.
love this color, though.
And it had the speed line, the 3-piece wheels.
Right.
If I'm going to have a 968 Club Sport, I'd rather have this one, which I think is almost identically priced.
Is it?
I think
I
so.
thought the other
80?
one was a little cheaper.
If it was only like $2,000 cheaper.
I mean, it's got to be the cheapest Club Sport you could buy right now.
And of the Club Sport colors, that's the only one other than black that I like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the green and the yellow are terrible.
I like
And
the mint
like
green.
There's a pinky color.
Yep. The pink one's really good.
Nope.
This blue one's good.
I'd feel okay driving the Smurf colored car. I would not feel okay driving the yellow or the green or the pink.
Huh.
I mean,
This
there's
one's got a radio.
probably not a lot to go over because it's the same as all the other Club Sports, I would assume. So I'm going to ask this or the bike.
Oh, this is way better.
Yeah, that's way better.
There you go.
Way more expensive, but way better. Okay. Ooh, this one's me. Audi TT swapped Euro 88 Golf GTI.
Ooh, look at that.
Is that a 1.8 or a 225 or whatever it is?
The engine?
Yeah, the swap.
I think they're all 1.8s. Well, I don't know. Depends on what TT
Could be a
they
VR6.
used.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, 20 valve 1.8. Bigger turbo. Oh, and it has the interior of a TT.
It's a good color.
I love the color. I love the wheels.
Yeah.
I'm not a GTI guy, but it's a good looking car for what
It's
it
got
is.
the dash too.
Interesting.
Wow. I don't know that I like that.
Yeah, why would you do that?
It's a Volkswagen thing. Dash swapping stuff.
Yep.
I think Mark II is my favorite Golf.
Is it?
Yeah. Especially, I love the 4 headlights.
I don't know. I think it's a tie with the Mark 1.
I don't think those wheels look right on that.
Those wheels look just right.
Mm. So the Golf is a 2-door, but it's basically a 4-door that they didn't bother to put the other 2 doors on. That's what it looks like.
There's 4-door Golfs.
Yeah, they make 4 doors.
So what's the difference between a 2-door and a 4-door other than that probably the 2-door has slightly longer doors on the front?
Probably.
Yeah.
It just seems like the back seats would be a pain in the ass to get into.
Well,
Then you couldn't get a GTI back then.
what are you doing in the back seat?
It's there.
Yeah.
For small children.
It should be accessible without being a pain in the ass.
Why?
Or you just fold it down and put stuff in the trunk.
Yep. Or just take it out.
Does it say what color that is? It's gorgeous.
It's a good blue.
That interior is pretty wild.
Yeah, I think the dash is too low or something. It looks like it hit your knees.
Well,
Or
I
the
think
seats are too high.
yeah. I mean, a TT dash. I don't know.
They're pretty high up in the car. I mean, a TT dash is cool looking.
Yeah.
It's cool looking in a TT. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing in that.
I don't hate it.
No, 10 grand. Oh, it didn't sell.
Just says blue.
Well, that's not untrue.
Well, they're both blue. Bear?
I think Soren should vote first.
I'm definitely Porsche on that.
Okay. Bear?
Next.
All right. Who's this?
Oh, this is me, a 1969 LS3 powered twin turbo Camaro. It's gray with, it's like red interior.
It does look like a red interior.
I think if I remember right, it said it sold like a month or two ago, but the buyer didn't come through. So it's on here again.
It does have a Bring a Trailer history, does it not?
Yeah. Says it was previously sold. Winning bidder failed to follow through.
I think it looks
Sold
great.
Sold for $5,000 less than last time. It does look nice. I don't know what you're looking for in that though.
What do you mean?
I just wanted to look at it.
So
I don't know. Go back up.
Let's look at bigger pictures.
Not what you are looking for. I don't know what one is looking for.
What do you mean?
It's a 69 Camaro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got an LS3 in it.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what that means because Chevy.
Well,
Okay.
it's going to be fast.
It's a 6.2 liter. I think LS3s were 400 horsepower.
So significantly better than what it came with.
Sure.
And also
Or probably.
it has to be better than what it came with.
Well, it might not be better than what was in it.
True. But I mean, what it came from the factory with.
I mean, it looks really nice. Really well done.
If you're going to LS swap something, a Chevy is the most sensible thing.
Oh, they actually cut the vents out in the quarters.
Vents in the quarters are pretty good.
It's a good color.
They tucked all the bumpers and made all the trim flush.
It looks good with black wheels, which many cars don't. Not a big fan of the red interior.
How do you not like gray with red?
I sometimes do, but I just don't on that. It seems like it's pretty nicely done. Not my cup of tea, though.
So I guess, what do you mean? What are you looking for in that?
Are you looking for...
What do you mean?
Is that a Pro Comp or whatever that is?
Pro Touring?
Yeah.
Yes. That would be a real Pro Touring one, I guess.
So what you're looking for is, it looks like a 69 Camaro because it is one, but it doesn't drive like one.
Correct.
Pretty much.
All of the crappiness of 1969 has
look at
been
that.
taken out of it.
It's a nice looking door.
It is. I just think in a dark brown, that interior would be better than in red.
Nope.
No, I think you're wrong.
Well, that's what makes it an opinion.
Like the door handle down there.
Carbon's kind of weird. It almost looks like fake carbon.
Which carbon on the door sill?
Yeah, and it's on the gauge cluster.
Oh.
Do you know that it's not fake carbon?
No. But it looks like they spent enough money that it should be real.
Does carbon normally have that beehive pattern in it?
Bear. It's an automatic.
Yeah, I know.
You know, in that car, that's less upsetting.
I don't know
than
what
in
horsepower
other
it's
cars.
got.
Well, if it can ever get to the engine.
You know, they have like a shortcut somewhere.
Yeah.
That would bum me out. Opening the trunk up every time I need to put fuel in it.
Why would that bum you out?
Because
Yeah. Why would that bum you out?
what if I dribble with it? You just dribble fuel everywhere.
Don't do that.
It just dribbles.
I don't dribble fuel when I got gas on the way over here and I didn't dribble fuel.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
Do you dribble a lot?
you tappy and
tappy where? Can't tappy anywhere.
it goes in a hole.
Yeah.
When it's full, pull the nozzle out just a little bit and tap it side to side.
Yeah, sometimes it dribbles on the way in. What do you do about that?
Well, you can tip it up before you put it in your car at all.
Plan ahead.
Yeah, well,
I mean, that's not...
someone could actually just put a tube to the rear body panel on that thing and make
You
it
could-
fill from the outside.
You could just install that. Probably not terribly expensive.
I mean, it looks like they spent a couple $100,000 building this thing.
Isn't there like a round cappy thing on the back that you could just turn that into the gas
There used to be.
fill? But there is a round cappy thing on the back of that.
On this one?
Yeah. On the,
think so.
on the back, there's a round silver thing that you could probably just make into the fill.
That?
Yeah.
There's no way that it would work as a fill.
Yeah.
Like, you could take that off and put a fill on.
I'm being sarcastic.
Anyway, seems like it's not a big problem either way.
Okay. So this or...
Well, I mean, this is the coolest thing I've seen so far.
This or the Volkswagen.
Camaro.
Yeah, well, I would agree.
Okay. Camaro or Porsche?
Porsche.
Camaro.
Okay. We'll revisit that later.
This is Safari style 1986 Porsche 911 Carrera Coupe, And normally I don't like the Safari style 911s. This one sort of called to me. It's all kind of murdered out, and I like it.
Huh.
It's not crazy Safari. I like the seats.
No, it's nice.
I like the dash. You could conceive. I never am going to like a roof rack on a Porsche. It's just not going to happen. But you could put normal wheels and tires on that and have it not look so aggressive. I guess you're stuck with the lights on the front.
So you would unsafari your Safari 911?
No, not necessarily. I'm just saying that you could have it be more of a daily driver if you wanted to, or just a driving car without too much trouble. I would probably unroof rack it regardless because I just don't like those.
I think the roof rack looks great on there. I might even put a spare tire up there.
Or that.
Yeah. I hate
What?
the whole thing.
Well, I mean, that's
Why?
I don't normally like those, but I do like that one.
I think the Safari thing was cool in the first one or two,
Oh yeah, 210,000.
and 210,000 is insane.
Well, it's nicely done.
Okay, especially when it's just a stock. Yeah, I don't know.
It's nice. I don't know. I like my funky color 911s.
That one's not that.
Black's not funky.
It's got some houndstooth. Houndstooth is always funky.
Yeah, I am a sucker for houndstooth.
Okay.
I don't see 210.
Nope.
I can maybe see 110.
That or Camaro.
Camaro.
Well, I like that better, but there you go.
1998 Mitsubishi Evo 5 GSR. think-
Almost put that on my list.
Yeah, I think this is possibly the best Evo they ever made.
Really?
I think so.
Why?
Well, it's small.
Okay.
They haven't really changed the drivetrain in it forever. And I think they look the best.
I would agree on looking the best. Unfortunately, they're only right-hand drive.
I don't know why you hate right-hand drive so much. You're
I don't
not
hate
willing
it.
to not
It's a
own
disadvantage.
a cool car.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be a hassle.
Yeah, it's an
Or
automatic
just don't take
disadvantage.
it to the drive-through.
It's a disadvantage because
Or
you
turn
don't
left
have
in a turn lane.
muscle memory.
Oh, maybe you just need to drive it more.
It's still a disadvantage. It's always going to be a disadvantage.
Nope. No, I don't think so.
I'm not allowed to like this
Why?
because you have to pick, and I've picked.
What do you have to pick?
You have to pick Mitsubishi or Subaru.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, and you picked the wrong one.
Yeah, I think you did pick the wrong one.
Well, that may be, but it's done.
I was thinking about that when we did the winter cars, and I didn't really like the Evo.
Yeah, I don't know why you
Option.
didn't like the Evo.
I was thinking about it, and I was watching, as I mentioned earlier, an old Top Gear where they had the hatchback STI,
Yeah, the worst one.
and they had the Evo 10. I think was new at that
maybe
time.
the 8 or 9.
I think it was a 10.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh.
Was that the
And then
Evo
when they-
X?
Yeah, that was the newer, the last body style.
And the one they tested was an FQ 360.
Yeah.
They complained a lot about the understeer in the Subaru, and that the Evo is way more fun to drive.
Yeah.
And that reminded me,
Evo.
yeah, it still doesn't make sense. Anyway,
I think this is
as a winter car, it seemed like that'd be more of a really fun summer car.
This?
And I wouldn't want to, yeah.
Oh, you want to understeer in your Subaru in the winter?
Well, yeah.
I don't want to.
That would be a downside to the Subaru.
I don't want to have either one of those in the winter because they're not meant for that. They're meant for summer driving.
No, they're not.
Or
why would they be all-wheel drive if they're meant for summer driving?
oh, they're meant for
Rally.
Yeah,
They're rally.
It's a rally
They're
car.
rally derived,
Yeah.
but I just think they're too nice to. They're not wintry. I want something a little clunky.
They are
for the
wintry.
winter.
You've got adjustable diffs.
I don't want them for the winter.
That's what they're for.
Yeah, that's what they're for. Ice,
If you want to use
snow,
it for something
dirt,
they're not
gravel.
intended to do, then, that's your choice. Mm-hmm.
I also just don't. I think the Evos are ugly.
Why? Look at those fog lights.
I hate that.
Those are the best
The
looking.
front end is blocky and out of proportion. I don't like the profile.
Nope.
And it's got the intercooler where intercooler should
Got
be.
a quasi nacaduct.
Yep.
Not my cup of tea.
That's great.
Okay. Camaro. Evo.
I don't know. Am I buying? If I'm buying an Evo.
I'm Camaro.
Camaro or Evo?
I already gave you my answer.
Oh,
Which one is car of the night?
all right. Have to come back to that. Ooh. 23 years owned, 1970 GTO 455 5-speed.
In a respectable gray.
No, torque thrust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like those wheels, but you can unbolt them and put other ones on.
Yeah.
That's true.
It is on the wrong wheels.
5-speed.
It's a good color.
Tremac 5-speed. Performer RPM heads.
Man, those wheels kill it.
They do hurt.
Are the seats in right?
That's a different year.
That's a 65.
Well, they could still
on
be
a,
in wrong.
on a 70, I think they could only be in right. Otherwise, they don't work.
And it's 65 and 70 are your two top years.
That's correct.
If you had to pick one, which would you pick?
Well, it would depend on which one.
The
If I had to pick a year,
yeah, the ideal 65 versus the ideal 70.
ooh, well, I don't know.
Does that have the hood tack thing?
Yep.
Drums in the back.
Huh. Looks pretty good.
All right, so I think we should compare this one to the Camaro.
To the Camaro?
They're similar in terms of.
See, I'd rather compare it to the Evo.
Well, obviously, I'm going to pick anything over the Evo. Pretty
Are
much.
you?
Yeah, I don't like them.
Evo's dead.
No. Evo's winning.
No, it's not.
Why not?
It only takes two, Bear. It doesn't really matter what you think. If
Majority
we agree.
rules.
Riley voted Evo.
Riley doesn't get to vote.
Nope.
God, you guys suck.
Okay. Ooh.
All right. I wanted to make someone puke. 1990 Avante 4-door.
Man, that's ugly.
Just look at that. Looks like they put the front doors on the back just backwards. And then penciled on a roof to cover it.
It looks like they didn't think about any of it.
And I was wondering if these are... No, maybe not. These are not factory wheels, correct?
No.
If those weren't chrome, I might not hate them.
Oh, no, this is bad.
It's all bad. We don't even have to compare this to anything in particular when we close it.
Not even against the GTO.
No accidents.
Because
Right.
nobody ever drove it anywhere.
I didn't know they did a 4-door,
Yeah.
and they shouldn't have
Where
Nope.
where is the engine in this?
in the front.
so the headlights come up with the hood?
What?
When you
No.
open,
It's got a hood.
oh, okay. It's like, yeah, all right, fine. I still hate it.
That didn't change your mind?
It's just ugly. Like,
It's pretty hideous.
I think that might have been intended to appeal to people who were born in 1920.
And slow.
Maybe.
It's a 305.
Yep.
I wonder how much, does it say anywhere how much it was new?
Nope. Next.
Huh.
BMW M3 race car.
Didn't sell.
Bid to $62,000.
What year of M3 is that based off of?
It's based off of an E92.
So,
What years?
08.
08 to 11.
12 or something.
Is that a real car or is that
This
just
is
made
a
to look like a?
tube frame chassis. I think it's a Riley. Yeah, Riley chassis.
So that's NASCAR-ish in its construction.
Or Trans Amish.
Yeah. It's got NASCAR wheels on it.
The forge lines?
Are those forge lines?
Yep.
God, they're terrible.
They're not heinous.
They're kind of heinous.
Those are bad.
No, they're not heinous.
They only look good from far away and dead on.
It's a race car. They just have to be good at being wheels and be light. They're not offensive. I mean, I don't want it because it's a race car, but the wheels aren't why.
Gotta guess there's spare wheels.
So what kind of race history was on this thing?
I didn't see any of that. It's got an S62.
Ooh, that's good.
Which I think is basically the same engine we ran in the Daytona prototype.
Right.
It's like an X-Track. Yep, there's lots of spares.
What do you think they wanted? 100?
See any wheels?
80? No, I don't see wheels.
So if you were to purchase this car, you're not. Are you going to run it in vintage or
Yeah.
NASA?
Run it in vintage.
Do some HSR.
You could do NASA with it. Or probably,
It appears to have 3 spare noses.
maybe not, like WRL.
Ooh,
What's
maybe.
What's that number?
522?
Yeah.
That's pretty healthy.
I mean, it's in the 450 to 500 range for probably most of where you'd be using it, right?
Huh.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. But reserve not met.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I wonder how much they wanted.
It's got to be way more than 62,000.
Yeah, seems like it would be 100-ish.
Still, bring a trailer, not a great place to sell your race car.
All right, this or one of the other ones?
This or the GTO?
GTO.
Fair.
BMW.
Okay. Sorry, GTO. This or Club Sport?
Club Sport.
Which was this?
M3. Do you think I was trying to trick you?
Well, you clicked on a couple different things there. I didn't know what we were talking about.
You know what? It's got to be the other two. I'll just, because this was a bid too.
Sure, I guess.
That's probably at least 100.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
Yeah, I think that's me. 1965 Chevrolet Corvette convertible L76 327 365 4-speed in a good color, I think. It's got side pipes. You should like that, Bear.
I do like it. Side pipes, good color.
Good wheels, I think. I mean, for it.
Yeah. Turbines, knockoffs.
If I remember right, it's beige on the inside, maybe white. Yeah. Not a bad color. It's probably not, for that price, the Corvette I would buy if I had 120, it's called 130 grand to spend on a Corvette. I probably wouldn't get that one.
No.
But I do.
Which one would you get?
I'd want one that was black or maybe a dark green.
So maybe a 327, 365 convertible with different colors.
With different colors. Maybe I'd really like one that is a convertible but has a hard top.
It's got awards and certificates.
Just saying.
Yeah.
But I like this car.
I think hard tops are pretty easy to get for these.
Yeah, and they look cool with hard tops on them.
Yeah.
Indeed they do.
That's a good looking car. I would walk right past it at a car show.
All right, this versus the one, whatever's before it.
Camaro?
Yeah.
Camaro.
Wow, Camaro's way cooler.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper, actually.
It is. It is cheaper. It's not cooler, though.
Yeah, it's cooler.
All right. 1995 540i 6-speed in dark gray metallic with like a cognac-y interior.
Oh, wow.
For $16,000.
Yeah, this seems like a smoking deal.
I'd have it.
Oh, it's because it was black.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Looks great.
It does look gray.
At least in that one picture.
It looks gray in that picture.
Yeah. The interior on this thing is phenomenal. So it looks like it was originally just black.
Is Cosmos Black a gray, one of those ones that's gray in the right light?
Yeah, it's like a, yeah,
It's got some metallic in it.
metallic. It's like a silver metallic. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd have that.
And parallels, I mean, look at that interior.
I don't care for the sunroof, but whatever.
It's a 5 Series, dude.
I don't like sunroofs.
It's got a V8.
I still don't like sunroofs.
It's got a phone.
I'm never going to like
It's
sunroofs.
got a 6-speed manual transmission.
A sunroof is essentially failing to commit to a convertible.
It's got Dynon engine management.
I'd said I'd have it.
It's got tools.
So the question is,
Is this better than a 968?
no, that's not the question.
Yes,
The
it
question
is.
is this better than that Camaro?
Well, Camaro is about 4 times the price.
But is it 4 times the fun? And I think the answer is probably no. I mean, I'd have this over either one of the other ones. But because I would own this and drive it, where the other ones I would own and not drive.
You'd own things and not use them?
What am I gonna use either one of those for?
Driving.
What do you mean? Well,
You can drive down any road in either other two.
I know you can drive down a road, but what? I'd have to be going somewhere specific to that car to bother driving that car for the other two.
why?
Because I would.
Okay. That's a good explanation.
Because they don't have 4 doors.
That counts against them. That car,
But you ride a motorcycle.
yes, it has no doors.
It's the same. Where do you go on your motorcycle?
I go lots of places.
Okay. Go those places in that.
I don't want to go those places in that.
Okay.
Do you think that 540 is better than that generation M5?
Do I? No.
I don't know. I think that would probably be a pretty close deal.
I think that's a reasonably affordable car that's pretty nice, has an awesome interior.
It's a great car. Great price.
I would have it.
Great interior.
It's probably still pretty fun to drive.
I think if you do a lot of modifications to one of those, you might get close to an M5, but stock versus stock, it's not even close.
What's the power on that?
280.
Oh, 280. So it's like 100 horsepower shy, close to 60, 80
No,
horsepower
E34
shy?
M5 and I think the early cars were 286,
That's quite close.
but it's going to have less torque. But you're just talking about a horsepower number, not about the rest of the car, like the brakes and the suspension and the seats and the aero and the.
Aero. That thing's got aero. That's got the seats.
It does now.
I want those seats.
Yeah, I'm sure that's that car.
That's not a stock E34 540i.
Well. Anyway.
All right, let's pick one to put it up against.
Well, it's better than the Porsche.
If you want to put it up against the Porsche, I will vote for it.
Wow. Okay. Porsche's gone. Next. Soaring.
Oh, this
not
is
me.
me.
Oh.
Hellephant powered 70 Dodge Challenger with a 6-speed. I love the color. If I had a Challenger, it would be that color. And I love that it looks stock. I didn't know it had a Hellephant in it until I read the words.
I don't know how I missed this one.
Because this is badass.
I felt certain one of you was going to pick this one.
Well, good thing we were playing bingo today.
This is a good color.
I mean, it's not. The cool thing about it is it's sleeper probably until you hear it or open the hood.
Well, let's hear it.
That's pretty healthy.
But if you're in a newer muscly car and you hear that old Challenger idling rough at the light, you're probably thinking
Well, it's a 318
it's
with
just
a cam.
right. It's just got not that it's got it's a Hellephant 800 horsepower.
I have no idea. I
I
mean,
was-
maybe from the front it sounds different, but
I assume that's Hellcat adjacent.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so this or the Camaro? They are natural enemies.
They are. Shouldn't have picked either one of them, but I think they're cool for different reasons.
Is that an RT SE?
I don't know. Got a vinyl top.
Which is never good.
Yeah.
It's a Dodge.
I like the Challenger, though. 70 Challenger. And it's a manual.
So it's not a real RT. But
Does it matter what it started as? Because it doesn't have any of that anyway, right? I mean,
No.
it's been Hellephant swapped.
it's been what swapped?
Hellephant?
Say that again.
Hellephant? That's what it says. Hellephant.
I think it's funny when you say Hellephant.
Why do you think that's funny?
Yep.
So this is the Challenger. Or the
bid to 99.
Yeah. Well, they're going to want a bunch of money for it. It's got the word Hellephant in it.
How does that not go over 100?
Well, it's not numbers matching original tired Hemi.
How is...
Huh.
Yeah.
That beats the Camaro.
I'm sad to say that
Right.
I think it does.
I think they're the same. I mean, the Camaro's
You think it does?
Cool.
I think it does, and I don't like Dodges, but I think
Okay.
it's a
Because I was a little quick on.
Oh, yeah. He was
It's-
freaking.
it looks more like what it should look like.
I assumed everybody agreed with me on that. No, I like that a lot.
No, it's a good car.
And that would probably do burnouts for days.
Well, I think you could do a tire change while doing a burnout and still
Yeah.
burn out the other tires.
His radial TAs aren't going to last long. All right. Next.
That has to be Bear.
Nope.
Nope.
Really?
Not Bear. 930 powered 1982 911 SC coupe with a G50. Backdated by Renline.
With a roof rack.
Roof rack's unfortunate.
It is.
I don't know why you guys think that. I think it looks good.
I also
Stylized.
I think the color scheme is unfortunate as well.
Well, you're not a Porsche fan, I guess.
I am a Porsche fan. I just don't like white and red.
Yeah. Sold for $135. I think that's a great deal. Wow, was that all carbon in the trunk?
Look like it.
Turboed.
Twin plug heads. 930 engine.
Fancy pantsy.
Is twin plug heads better than single plug heads?
Obviously.
Of course.
But why?
Because these are episodes.
There's it driving.
There we go.
Oh, I thought he was going to take it down a gravel road.
It's not a Safari.
It's got a sporty shifter. What transmission was in this?
G50.
It doesn't look like a sporty shifter. It looks like a really long shifter.
Yeah, it's sporty.
It's all billet. Has a billet.
It's got a red shift knob.
Very sporty.
I would think a shorter shifter would be more sporty because it has less distance to move.
We don't want to be hanging over the floor.
Nope. It's about the length of the throws, not the length of the shifter.
But a longer lever, as that is,
Yeah, you make it longer
has
on
a
both
longer
sides.
throw for the same arc covered.
Not necessarily.
Always.
Nope.
Always.
Nope.
That's just physics.
Nope.
No, you move the leverage point.
Yep.
You can adjust the leverage point, but if it were a shorter lever with the same adjusted leverage point, it would still be a shorter throw.
Nope.
Yes.
No. What?
That's just physics.
It's not, I don't think that's physics
For
either.
a given pivot point, the longer the lever is, the more the end has to move to cover the same arc.
Not sure that's physics.
Yeah, it's basic. Okay, it's geometry.
There we go.
Although in practice, it's physics.
I think they usually just call that science.
But see how short that throw is?
That doesn't look like a short throw. It looks like a long throw.
Breaking the laws of physics. If you shifted a stock one, that's a short throw.
Well, then a stock one has a really long throw.
Yeah, and the
But a
shifter's
much
shorter.
shorter lever.
Just keep the short lever and move the pivot point so that you get a really short throw.
It's simple math, Soren.
Yes, and you're ignoring
Make
it.
that longer. Yep.
I have no desire to continue having this pointless conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's enough of that.
It is loud.
Not didn't sound super cool.
It didn't.
I'm not a fan of it.
Well, Bear kind of threw that out there. So
Yeah, I mean
I'm
not
definitely Challenger more than
Oh yeah.
that.
All right, close it.
Oh, this one's me too. We don't have the 968 Club Sport up there to compete against.
Which would have been better?
This didn't meet reserve.
What is it?
1981 924 Carrera GTS.
I don't feel
40
like,
years, family owned.
I don't feel like that should be that expensive.
It's a Carrera GTS.
Whatever.
I agree with Soren. It's cool,
it's-
but not.
It's like Porsche said, let's make a Supra.
It's a 1 of 59 Porsche.
It doesn't make it good.
Makes it expensive.
Well, but it doesn't make it good.
They're pretty good. It's a homologation car.
Yeah.
I just don't think it should be that much money, and I don't think it's particularly attractive.
It's got 935 seats from the factory.
It's got a Club Sport engine in it.
Yep.
Early dash. Not a fan.
Not a fan of the steering wheel.
I like the steering wheel.
That's a cool car.
It's premium,
266 horsepower.
which is a lot in 1981, I suppose.
Out of the 2.1 Audi engine.
I don't know. They said it was a Club Sport something. Maybe it's just a punched out van engine.
Van?
Yeah.
A punched out van engine.
Yeah.
You mean bored out?
Yeah, whatever. Punched, bored, stroked.
Those are all, I think, different things. At least bored and stroked are. I don't know what punched is. I think you just made that up.
Punched out is bored.
It's actually easier to say bored.
Punched.
It's essentially one syllable because you apostrophe the E. So punched out is two.
Someone might get that confused with being bored or go get a board from Home Depot.
Not in the context of an engine.
Factory 935 seats.
Yeah. That looks
That's
like
pretty cool.
someone ran through the wall and then they just traced out the edges of where he ran through the wall for the seat.
Are you saying it has a cartoonishness to it?
Yeah, look, the headrest is
It does,
awesome.
it does kind of have gingerbread man thing going.
Yeah.
Catch me if you can.
Well, that's cool.
Sliding windows. Plastic.
If I'm going to spend $140,000 on a Porsche, it's not going to be that one.
You're such an elitist.
I'm just saying, I don't feel like I'd be getting $140,000 worth of Porsche out of that.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. I wouldn't start my Porsche collection with spending $140,000 on this.
Nope. But I think it'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool to add to it.
I suppose if I
Absolutely.
have obscene money, I might just go, yes, and get me that too while you're at it.
Thank you.
All right. So I think what you guys are saying is the Challenger beats that.
I don't want the Challenger to be the car of the night, but that's going to happen. And I'm just going to not vote anymore, so I
Is
don't
that
have
what
to
you're
be
saying,
part of it.
Bear?
I haven't said anything yet.
Is the Challenger better?
Than this,
Yeah.
the Challenger is going to make me smile way more.
Goddamn Dodge.
All right. Challenger
BMW.
540i 6-speed.
You can get 8 of them.
I'm pretty sure. So here's how I'm going to do the math on this.
Okay. So Soren's already picked.
The BMW's 15 grand,
16.
16,
Sure.
some change.
Yep.
The Hellephant thing was bid to 100 and didn't sell.
Okay.
So it's probably at least 120.
Yeah. Now, I won't necessarily be able to do as big a burnouts in the BMW, but I feel like it would make me smile slightly less than the Challenger.
But possibly more often.
I might drive it more. It looks really comfy.
Yep.
Ooh.
I didn't know they did that.
Yep.
Final
So-
offers?
High bidder can make an offer to the seller.
Yep.
Huh. I didn't know
in
they did
a-
that either.
So it might still sell for not much more than that.
Maybe.
I don't know what the time span on that is, but that was like 6 days ago.
Oh, yeah, I guess it was. Okay. So, Soren, you're a BMW guy, huh?
Over the Dodge.
Okay. Bear?
Why don't you vote? You never vote.
I do vote.
Not once have you voted.
I do vote.
He has voted. He just
All right.
he just
Then
closes
do it.
stuff.
Challenger.
All right.
What did you vote, Bear?
I haven't
He
voted
hasn't
yet.
voted yet.
Oh, you just want the deciding vote, don't you, Bear?
No.
You want to wield
Yeah.
that power.
He's all about power.
Well, unfortunately, I like the BMW better.
Well, there you go. And
Car of the week?
I suppose that it's a good value. I think
It's a great value. I mean,
And it's-
where else can you find that?
it's a good looking car. I mean, it's
We are
not
all about value.
it's not the most exciting car that we've seen.
I mean, what are you going to do in the Challenger? Just endlessly
Burnouts.
buy tires?
Yeah.
Have a tire truck
I don't-
follow you
I
behind?
don't think the radial TAs are very expensive.
You're gonna have just a standing order with tire rack. Ship me a
Yeah.
ship me a set of 4 every
Just
Friday.
get a stack of them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, wheels are cheap too.
yeah.
Might as well just have them out of balance, ready to go.
Yeah, just have a van follow you around with
too
tires
late.
and a guy.
It's too late. You've made your choice.
I have. I
Well,
think this is a better car
It's
overall.
definitely a better car.
Well, on that
I mean,
disappointment.
this is basically an M5 for half the money.
I'm not disappointed.
I guess I'm not either. I didn't really care which one. I like them both. I
right,
do
well,
like that. I like the
you
color
can-
and the interior.
You can comment
Yeah.
below and tell
And
us
the
how we
wheels.
were wrong.
And it's a 546 speed.
Yeah, 546 speed.
Cool.
If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up and comment. Tell us where we went wrong. Or if we didn't.
Where you went wrong.
Nah. Decision was made.
Stop recording.